My name is Millicent Otieno. I am one of the founding members of Local Capacities for Peace International. I do peace and security work, but mainly when I talk of security, we talk about community policing and safety, and mainly also working with the police forces, trying to work with the community to see how to create building bridge and trust building and confidence building between the community and the police. So this is the kind of work that we do. I got involved in this work through the Do No Harm project, CDA. I have journeyed with CDA from the time of my youth. I think I was the youngest when I joined. And it was such a privilege working with Mary B. Anderson and, those pioneers. And when I started, I was coming from a place of practice. And what I saw CDA evolve over the years, and a lot of beautiful things that happened because of the feedback loops that we created. And when we started, even with the Do No Harm, it was more of let's work towards minimizing unintended negative side effects. But when there was feedback from the communities and from people like us, practitioners and implementers, and we said, wait a minute, we need to really work on peace. And that birthed the reflecting on peace practice. They say, wait a minute, so it's not just enough to be working on peace, but it needs to be, it needs to be effective. And that space where we could be heard, you can speak and somebody's listening and they hear, and those conversations, the next time you look at them, they are in a framework. There's a new framework, that has come, and then you are part of the genesis of those things. Really, that was the joy. And I felt that being part of the advisory team, I can continue to contribute to that learning space and to the doing space as well, and also to the transformational space, because the way donors behave today is not the way they used to behave before, and we can give part of the credit to the work that CDA continues to do. And of course, I could go on and on, but that is a big one for me, that it is not just academia, it's not just theory, it is from the field ground up, folding your sleeves and playing with the mud and creating something beautiful from that, and then looking at it and saying, wait a minute, it looks beautiful, but it can still be made better. And you can give it to somebody else who can then take it and say, I don't need the whole of this, I only want a part of this. And so as part of the advisory team, I think the insights we bring in is more listening, more of how useful the tools are, and creating ecosystems and networks and webs that can then, transform, but at the same time publicize and get more of these frameworks out, get more of this information out. Because if we have beautiful information and frameworks and tools, be it for planning, monitoring, or even implementation, and it is not out there, and we don't know how we can use it and give feedback, oh, by the way, this is how it works best. Oh no, if you do it this way, and again, avoiding rigidities. So that is, I believe that is the role of the advisory team. They can speak into that. They can bring experiential learning, and they can also bring transformative thought processes that just transforms the perceptions and perspectives in all sorts of spaces, from the top, from the global to the local. I believe that's why I love being in that space.